Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Welcome ladies and gentlemen. On this video I will be reviewing the baby brother of the Monstar 1500 watt solar generator I reviewed last week. The company was kind enough to send me the Monstar M300, which you see right here. It sports 300 watts of continuous power and a 296 watt hour lithium ion battery. I am going to go over the specifications with you, and in the end of this video, I will tell you what I like and don't like about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Monstar M300. It's the little brother of the Monstar 1500 that I reviewed last week, and it obviously comes with a 300 watt continuous output inverter, which provides you with clean power, meaning that you can plug in your personal devices into this and not worry about them being damaged because of dirty power. It also sports a 296 watt hour lithium ion battery, and it can be charged both via AC and DC. First and foremost, of course, it came with a wall plug adapter, so you can use this to plug into any outlet in your house, and then use the 2.1 millimeter connector to connect it to the unit so it can charge it. In addition, it came with a charging adapter that you can use off of your 12-volt cigarette lighter in your vehicle. And it also comes with a 12-volt output adapter, which is pretty convenient if you have things that run on 12 volts, like small refrigerators, things like that you take camping with you. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very plain Jane solar generator. It has an on and off button. As you can see right there, it's on. And if you wanted to use your AC power, you would have to go ahead and do a long hold on the AC, and you would say that the AC capability is now ready to go. Let me go ahead and show you everything that you can plug into this and some of the features that this unit has. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a giveaway involved. However, since they shipped it to me and didn't keep it at their company to ship out, I'm only going to be able to give this away to someone that lives in the Fairbanks area. So if you live in the Fairbanks area, leave in the comments Fairbanks in all caps. So put the word Fairbanks in all caps if you live in the Fairbanks area, and I will pick one of you that live around here so that I can personally deliver it to you. We can meet somewhere in town. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the con about this, but at least we were able to get one from the company to give away to someone that doesn't already have one. Let's go ahead and turn this on the side and show you everything that you can plug into it, which is not bad for a small 300 watt unit like this. As you can see, it has a couple of plugs. It's got a 3-prong plug and it's got a 2-prong plug. It also has 3 USB ports down here, one of them being a fast charging USB, and it has a Type B USB as well, along with 2 DC outputs. The back is equipped with a flashlight, which is pretty bright for a small unit like this. All you have to do is just long hold it to turn it on, and then it has 3 settings. That's high, that's medium, and then it has SOS. And then to turn it off, you just long hold it again, and it'll turn off. There you go. Sorry if I blinded any of you. The other side has an opening for the fan to make sure that the internals are kept cool. It also has a port for your input. So this is the port that you would connect to when you're charging off the wall, and or if you're charging it with solar. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention that this also comes with an owner's manual, which is really not an owner's manual. It's more like a user's guide. And the same complaint that I had with the Monstar 1500, I have with this. It's limited in the information that it gives you, and it could include some extra information. For example, here, when I'm looking for the input capacity, it says that the input capacity is 18 volts to 30 volts with a max of 3 amps. So from that, I gather that the max input for this is around 40 watts. So for a unit that has 296 watt hours with an input capacity of 40 watts, it's going to take probably roughly 7 to 8 hours to charge this from 0 to 100. However, it does have a lithium ion battery, and it does have a 300 watt continuous inverter with a 500 watt surge capacity, which is not bad for a small unit like this that only sports about 296 or so watt hours of power. And the unit does have some internal protections against short circuits, overcurrent, over discharged, which means that it'll turn off before you damage the battery because it's over discharged. It will not let you overcharge it. Like if you were using a solar panel and it was completely full, it will not let you overcharge it. And if the temperature gets too high, it'll turn on the fan. And if it's still too high, it'll turn the unit off so that it doesn't damage the battery. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, one of the problems that I have with this unit, same thing that I had with the Monstar 1500, is that the LCD panel is limited in the information that it gives you. It only allows you to know that the unit is on, the capacity of the battery, and that the AC or the DC is on or off. I do believe that most people that are using a solar generator would really like to know how much power they're extracting at the time that they're extracting it, and the same thing with how much power they're inputting into the system at the time that you're inputting power into the system. So for me, this is a big problem. However, as with the Monstar 1500, the company did tell me that they're coming out with a new model with an upgraded LCD screen that will give you all of the information that I just talked about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so now we're going to go ahead and put this to the test. I've got my KitchenAid mixer here that consumes roughly 215 watts of electricity. I also have my battery charger here, which consumes about 85 watts. So 215, 85, that's exactly 300 watts. We're going to plug both of these in there to see if they run well. If they do, we're going to plug something else in there, taking it above 300 to see if we trip the machine. Now, if you all remember, when I reviewed the Monstar 1500, that was rated for 1500 watts of output power. And we were able to get a lot more than 1500 watts out of there continuously, meaning for several minutes, and it never tripped. So let's see how this one does. As you can see, I've already got my KitchenAid plugged in here. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on low and creep it up to high. Let's make sure it doesn't touch that wire. So as you can see that the table is shaking, that's because the KitchenAid is on high. Let's go ahead and turn it back to low or turn it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the charger and then turn on the KitchenAid. So as you can see, the charger is charging. So that is now drawing 85 watts. Let's go ahead and put this back here so it doesn't touch the wires. And let's see how it handles the KitchenAid on high. Well, ladies and gentlemen, besides the table shaking, it's working just fine. Not tripping. I guess we have to plug something else into it. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that worked just fine. So we were drawing at least 300 watts out of that unit continuously, and it didn't trip. It worked just fine. Let's see if we can plug something else into it besides this charger that will draw more than 85 watts, bringing us over the 300 watt threshold. I think we've got enough appliances and personal devices here to push this well over 300 watts. So as we already stated, this KitchenAid does about 215 watts. This small mixer here maxes out at 145 watts. So when it's on high, it maxes out at 145 watts. This personal device here, this tablet, is hooked into the fast charger, which I believe is only 5 watts, or it might be 15 watts. And then we've got my phone over there, which is 5 watts. Yes, this is 15 watts. The phone is 5 watts. So we're going to start off by plugging in our personal devices first, then starting the KitchenAid, which will put us at 215 plus 15 is 230, 235. Once we plug this mixer in, after everything else is plugged in, we'll be at 235 plus 145, which will give us 380 watts. So we'll see if all of these things can run at the same time with our 300 watt continuous inverter. We're going to start by plugging in my tablet and my phone first. And you can see my tablet is running. It is at 45%. Now we're going to go ahead and hook up my phone. And as you can see, my phone turned on. It's at 47%. So right now we're only running 20 watts off of this. Let's go ahead and add that 215 watts with the KitchenAid. And once I have the KitchenAid running with these things, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on to full speed, which is another 145 watts. So as you can see, we're at full speed with the KitchenAid. Now let's try this mixer. And we are currently running 380 watts through this inverter. I'm going to go ahead and put this on high speed for you all and run it for about a minute straight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like the Papa Monster outperformed as far as the inverter's rating went, this one did too. We just ran 380 watts continuous for about a minute straight. No problems at all. Nothing tripped. It's still running fine. You will notice that the battery bars are missing one now because it's lost roughly 20% of its stored power with what we've been doing with it. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, as I've stated several times, I obviously don't like that the LCD screen doesn't give you all the information that you should really have at your hands whenever dealing with a solar generator. And I think that the price could be a little bit better. This unit comes in a little over $300. And I always say that whenever you're purchasing watt hours, that you should be able to get them for less than $1 per watt hour. Now, this unit can be charged with solar. However, it didn't come with any kind of connectors for solar. So that's something that you would have to purchase second market. I do like the flashlight that it comes with in the back. It's nice and bright. It's got 3 settings, high, medium, and it's got your SOS. And I also like that it's only about 6.5, 7 pounds. And it can definitely power your personal devices for a pretty good while. It obviously has a nice and sturdy build, just like the Monstar 1500 that I reviewed last week. So it's a decent little unit, depending on what you're using for. The biggest con for me is that LCD screen. They really need to fix this LCD screen. Once they do that, I think they'll have a good unit on their hands, in addition to maybe dropping about 10 to 20% off of the price that they sell them for. Now, in order to enter to win, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you're going to have to be a resident of Fairbanks, meaning that I'll be able to drop this off to you at a location in town. And of course, you also need to be subscribed to the channel, and it never hurts if you give it a thumbs up. Also, for those of you that are going to enter to win this prize, you don't have to pay anything to win this prize. This prize was provided to me from the company at no cost, and I will make sure that I get it to you at no cost as well, as long as we can meet somewhere in town. And I will be announcing the winner on next Sunday's live stream. If no one comments with the word Fairbanks in the comment, because maybe nobody from Fairbanks decided to watch this video, I already have a person that I'm going to go ahead and give it away to that's actually a community member and is from Fairbanks. Having said that, if you want to check this unit out, I did leave the link to their company under the description of this video. Go check it out. And if you do decide to get one, let us know how you like it. I'm going to wait to see what happens when they upgrade this LCD screen, because I think this will make this unit very, very good unit. In addition to Monstar, please drop your prices a little bit. 10-20% will go a long way to making this a very competitive model against the other small solar generators in the market. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper. I am out.